What's up, guys? It's Anonymous Adam here. This is bringing you a Battlefield 3 commentary. I wanted to sort of welcome my new subscribers. And in case you didn't know, I posted a video on Pixel Enemy Revive recently. It was my my new series, The Hangar, the fighter jet episode. I sent an email over to the Pixel Enemy Revive submissions, and Don't Blink said, hey, it was great, and decided to post it up, which I'm very thankful for because from what I could tell, it got a pretty solid reception. I mean, 150 dislikes, 11, or no, 150 likes, 11 dislikes the last time I checked. Like 80 some comments, maybe more, maybe less, I don't know. Not sure how many views it got because it's kind of locked in at 301, that weird little YouTube glitch that happens fairly often. Anyways, really glad I posted or sent that link over to Pixel Enemy because I've more than doubled my subscriber base in the past day, which is pretty insane, but it's kind of crazy to think that I have 60 something people willing to commit to my channel, kind of, to watch my content whenever I put it out, which is pretty amazing. Not to, you know, really downplay my content. I think I put out pretty good stuff. I hope, at least, that I put up pretty good stuff. I think, at least just from the reception I've got from my previous subscriber base, which is pretty small, I think most of my videos have been pretty good, and I hope to keep it that way. And well, actually, I just hope I never get to the point where I'm just making videos just to make videos. I want to make videos not only to sort of entertain you guys, but to sort of give me something to do. So I guess that kind of contradicts my last point. I think the thing is just not to make videos for the numbers. I don't want to make videos just for subscriber numbers and view counts and like counts. You know, I want to make these because it's fun for me, and hopefully because it's fun for you, entertaining for you guys. I mean, that's really what it's all about. I mean, there's no point in even having a channel if no one's going to be like watching you unless you're doing it solely for your own purpose, which is not what I'm doing. I'm trying to, like with my new series, The Hangar, I'm trying to educate people, trying to show people certain setups for vehicles and weapons later on, just to show them what I do when I play Battlefield, which is really just be as aggressive as possible most of the time when it calls for it, and play the objective as much as possible. And that's really my philosophy on Battlefield, really, is just be aggressive and play the objective, which is actually a fairly common philosophy among the YouTube community. However, I find that it's not really a very common philosophy among the actual player base. The majority of players, and I hate to sound like an elitist douchebag, but they're not that good. In all honesty, they don't play the objective very well, or they do it in a very passive way. They don't push forward as hard as I'd like to. They don't really, you know, commit themselves to winning. It's just like, okay, I'm just going to sit in this corner and rack up my KDR or build my kill streak or whatever. And that really doesn't go over well with me. I take the game fairly seriously. I rage a lot, but I also have a lot of fun. My having fun to pissed off factor, which is something that Decrew Calling came up, HF to PO, is actually a lot higher than when the game first came out. When the game first came out, I was so frustrated all the time because I played alone because all my normal squad was away. So I was playing alone a lot, and I was, you know, pulling the team either to victory or, you know, giving the other team the hardest win that they could possibly eke out. And I was just getting so frustrated at having to do a lot of things by myself, you know, capture the bases, defend the bases, take out the vehicles. It just became overwhelming. There's just only so much that one man can do, and so, you know, like, my stats took a hit for it. You know, my win-loss ratio is a lot lower. Like, if I started playing with a squad, I think my win-loss ratio would be a lot higher. But again, it's not about stats, really. It's about fun. But, I mean, I have fun when I'm winning, and usually, and I don't really have fun when I'm losing. It's kind of, they're kind of related. They correlate to each other quite well. So, what you guys are seeing is actually going to be pretty rare for my channel, as I don't play much Rush, if any at all. This was a game of Rush that me and my brother, Shimazu Sama, hopped into because he needed to get his back to Carcand assignments for like the 5 MCOMs armed or something like that. Anyways, we decided to hop into a game of Rush and do as best as we can, and actually it turned out pretty well. I was kind of surprised because I used to play a lot of Rush in Bad Company 2 for a while, for maybe my first like 250, 300 hours maybe of that game I spent in Rush, which is actually it's a very good game type. I like it a lot. It can be very fun, or it can be very frustrating for me in my experience. There's no like meh rounds. It can be very intense, or it can just be a stone wall, just complete boredom or complete frustration. And I guess that's kind of like a benefit to the game type. It's very polarized in the game style, really, how it plays out. And so our entire squad actually just got sick of having to pull everybody to victory, and you know, it's a lot easier to do. It's a lot easier to win the game as just one squad in Conquest than it is on Rush, because on Rush the attack points are far more localized. I mean, there's just 2 places that you need to go. That's MCOM A and MCOM B. Whereas Conquest, there can be anywhere from 3 to 5 flags. So, you know, there is a lot less effort required per objective from the team. You know, you could have one squad go around taking all the flags while, you know, the rest of the team is just doing whatever they want. You can still actually win, which is what we usually end up doing, which is kind of unfortunate. I mean, yes, we do run into that lobby occasionally where the team will kind of pull its weight, but usually the point gap is pretty extreme, like anywhere in the 2,500s to 3,000 point gap. And what I mean by point gap is like between our squad and the rest of the team. And if it's above 2,000, I usually get a little annoyed. If it's above 3,000, I'm pretty mad, because it's like we're pulling our weight and then some, and our team's just not doing anything, and it feels kind of futile at times, especially when we lose, because it's like, why are we playing this? What is the point of having a squad together if the rest of the team's not going to pull their weight? Because honestly, they're not. You know, we're capturing all the flags, we're killing everybody else. Why should we have to do all of it? And it's kind of a complaint. It kind of isn't, because it's more points to us, you know, more kills to us, but still it's frustrating having to do the majority of the work and get, you know, the same reward as the rest of the team. You know, we do 3 times as much as they do, but they still get the win even though they barely did anything. So that's just a little rant about teamwork in this game, especially with randoms. So anyways, kind of tangentialized there. I guess an introduction to my channel, really. I post whatever I want. There's no really strict sort of, like, I'm only going to post Battlefield 3. And so far I've only posted Halo Reach and Battlefield 3. But that's mostly due because that was the only game. Well, I played Reach before Battlefield 3 came out, after I got sick of Bad Company 2. And so those were my first 3 or 4 videos, I think. Those were just sort of like getting my foot in the door in the terms of like commentaries. I just wanted to build some practice and really get used to the whole idea of doing commentaries. And I guess I have, I'm pretty comfortable with it now. Like if you listen to my first commentary, I was actually very nervous. I had no idea what I was talking about. I was completely rambling like I am now, but I was way less coherent and a lot less concise. Although I can't really debate whether I'm being concise right now or not, because honestly I don't remember what I said 2 minutes ago, which is kind of bad. But anyways, so it's the first thing I'd like to point out is that it's my channel. I will do what I wish with it. I'm not contractually obligated to upload videos. I don't have to do this game type or this or that. You can make requests and I will read your comments and I will take those to heart to see if that's what you want. If I'm running out of ideas, I'll maybe ask you guys, but for the most part, this is my operation. And I don't want to lock you guys out or anything like that. I just want you to know that don't get mad if I don't post what you want, because I mean it's not your channel. If you want to post, if you want to see content that you want, then make your own content. I mean that's what I did. That's why I made the hangers, because I wanted to see sort of quick Xbox Ahoy-ish vehicle review series, and so I decided to do that myself instead of, you know, just waiting around seeing it complaining on other people's channels and stuff like that. Also, any trolls or really unnecessary sort of negative feedback, I guess, will be blocked and removed. You know, I don't mind if you say, hey, I think you should do this differently, or hey, you kind of messed up on this, or hey, this fact is wrong. That I don't care about. You know, that is fine that you can correct me on that. But if you're just going to be like, oh, you're stupid, you don't know anything, or you're a fucking douchebag, I'm not going to tolerate that. I mean, this is all about fun for me. Why should I have to put up with that? That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, this commentary, or this game rather, is wrapping up. I edited down a lot of the deaths. I took out a lot of the deaths out because it's just a waste of time, and they're not necessary at all to be in there. So this was probably my 4th or 5th, actually, you know, it's one of my few rounds of Rush. My first, only, and possibly ever recorded game of Rush that I've ever done. And I think I did pretty well. I don't remember what the score was. 25-11 with 5k points, which is pretty solid. Take MVP ribbon, Rush winner, etc. I'm not sure if we get the A squad or not. Anyways, guys, I am Anonymous Autumn, and thanks for watching.